Welcome back. We've got some high school football action on this lovely Friday night, but before then, we have your result for top play of the week for Week 7. During the week, the poll was pretty close, but with less than an hour remaining, one play pulled ahead in the vote. So at the end of it all, here is the winner of Week 7's top play. It's Hillman's Jeffrey Klein against the Posen Vikings. He grabs an interception, and he's by the sideline, and he wants more. He breaks free for the touchdown, grabbing the pick six for the Hillman Tigers, and Jeffrey's teammates later swarmed him to celebrate the great play. Hillman came away with the win in that one against Posen, 34-14. Congrats to Jeffrey on winning top play of the week. All right, let's start off tonight's games and head over to Hillman once again. The Tigers were in action hosting Whittemore Prescott Cardinals. Now, Hillman came in with a 3-game winning streak after beating Hale, Onaway, and Posen. Whittemore Prescott, however, is on a 3-game losing streak, falling to Mayo, Inland Lakes, and Alcona. Tonight, we'd see which one of these streaks would continue. The Hillman Tigers would show their support for cheerleader and volleyball player Amelia Burwell, who is still recovering from a car accident last weekend. Players wore her volleyball jersey number and name on their helmets, and the cheerleaders wore shirts to support their fellow cheerleader. Getting into the actual game now, Hillman with the ball. Sean Hennigan takes the handoff and runs down the sideline, about to reach the end zone before being shoved out of bounds at the 1-yard line. But following this play afterwards, Owen Moulton, he's going to get a chance with the handoff, and he's going to finish what Sean started, grabbing the opening touchdown of the game for the Hillman Tigers. And next up, Hillman's going to be with the ball yet again in the red zone. A.J. Jones, he'll take the snap, looks to find his man in the end zone, but instead Nick Smith is there, and he makes the great effort to get the Cardinal interception in the end zone. Whittemore would later score off of this drive as well. Tigers now back again with the ball. Sean Hennigan coming through once again. He wasn't happy missing out on that opening touchdown, so how about this time he gets 60 rushing yards for this Hillman touchdown, and I think he'll take that happily. And Hillman and Whittemore are currently neck and neck, and the Cardinals are just leading by 2. Now Hillman is going to look to come and take the lead on this next play. Hennigan, he'll pick up his 2nd touchdown of the game, and he'll help take the lead after running to the outside and getting the lead for the Tigers. Whittemore Prescott now is going to have the ball on this next play, and Nick Smith, he's going to take the snap, and on this play, he's going to have a ton of pressure, and he's scrambling to find some space. He's then going to chuck it downfield. It'll be a 1v1 battle for the ball, and Sean Loria comes away with the great catch for the Cardinals. Unfortunately, trips up just before making a run for the end zone, but Hillman would show their claws for the rest of the game. Owen Moulton, he had 151 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns in the second half. Here's one of them. This touchdown helps Hillman grab their 4th win in a row, winning over the Cardinals 36-14. Hillman face Pellston next week, and Whittemore returns home to face Atlanta. All right, let's continue on with some other 8-man scores from around the area. First up, the Posen Vikings faced off against Hale, and coming into this game, Hale had a total of 9 players total on their roster to play tonight. Despite being outnumbered in this one, Hale comes away with the victory over Posen, 32-28. Now we'll move over to the Braves of the Tawas area. Last week they had a tough loss to Grayling, 52-6. This week they got shut out by Kingsley. Rough stretch for the Braves recently. Final score in that one was 60-0. Next up, Rogers City taking on Mayo. Mayo got a forfeit win last week and are looking for their 5th win in a row tonight. The Hurons of Rogers City say not so fast, and they take the win in this one. Final score in this one, 36-28. Next, the Cardinals of Johannesburg, still winless so far this season. They want to win in badly. Unfortunately, it did not come from tonight's game against Coleman. The Cardinals fall in this one, 42-30. And finally, a close matchup between Onaway and Pellston, coming win a 3-game losing streak. Onaway would try to break that tonight, and they got pretty close with just a score difference of a single touchdown. Onaway, though, just comes up short against Pellston, 44-50, and Atlanta also got a forfeit win due to a COVID exposure from the opposing team. Welcome back to the 5th down. We've got some scores to run down from today, so let's just get right into some 11-man football results, shall we? First up, the Alpena Wildcats were on the road tonight taking on Escanaba. This game was so close it would have to be settled in overtime. At the end of it all, it would be the Wildcats grabbing their 2nd win of the season with the overtime touchdown. Final score was 26-20. Next up, the Alscota Owls. They traveled to St. Ignace for their game tonight, and after their game last week against Joburg was a very high-scoring affair with the Owls putting up over 60 points. This match was not at all like last week's game, just 30 points total in this one, but I think the Owls will be happy with the result regardless. They get the win 18-12 in this one on the road. Finally, we have our last score of the day, and it was a high-scoring affair. Augrey Sims comes out on top against Central Lake, 74-46. Keegan Bender had a wild game, running for 334 yards and 6 touchdowns. My goodness. And QB Mason Van Sickle threw for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then ran for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns for 5 total on the night.